iWorld. Uh, I love the song Yada Bands Don't Go. It's so beautiful. The fact that you walking away like it's nothing, it's making it hard to believe. Messages hard to receive. Anyway, so yesterday I got arrested at the Balloon Festival in Granite Park. Posted a video about it. Now, I was drinking, right? Had alcohol in a Gatorade bottle. I mean, I'm sure anybody that looked at that video could tell that there wasn't Gatorade in that Gatorade bottle, right? So when I walked up to the cops after my video ended, one of them was my parole officer. I mean, it's beautiful. It's beautiful because, like, what I'm doing is like a test for myself, right? All this interaction with nature and all this elemental interaction, trying to awaken myself. It's me versus the collective, me versus the universe. But the universe is on my side. But it wants to make sure that I'm being serious about this. And, that video was, I don't know. I was trying to touch on the Star Spangled Banner and I wasn't trying to be disrespectful, right? It wasn't about the song. It's about the way that people react to the song, right? I'm not saying that I don't love my country because I love my country, but I love what my country really means. And what they're saying it means is not what it really means. It's not what it was based on. It's not what it was founded on. It's been corrupted. I mean, we all know that. And that Star Spangled Banner and the Pledge of Allegiance, those are ways for them to make us conform to their reality, And I know that people think that the meaning behind it, if you don't agree with it, then you're anti-American. But that's not the case at all. And it's not about not believing in the song. It's about the way we conform and react to the song when it's played. Everybody at that thing yesterday, and that's something I didn't touch on in that video right before I got arrested because I was intoxicated like an idiot. Instead of doing this clear-headed, I did it with a buzz. But what I was trying to point out was that before that Star Spangled Banner came on, everybody that I showed was looking at the empty field instead of at the band on stage, right? There was a band on stage playing music before they did that. They were switching to a different band. That's why they did the Star Spangled Banner. They were, setting up the next band. And for respect for the country, obviously. But nobody was paying attention to them when they were playing music. They were listening to their music, obviously, but they were all looking the opposite way to the stage. Now, I don't know if anybody, obviously, people have gotten up on stage, but that's a very difficult thing to do, especially if nobody's paying attention to you. You're going to get up there and perform when nobody cares. That's hard. It's just like making these videos. Nobody cares, but I still do it because I care, right? But those guys on stage were being courageous, and everybody was looking away. And then when they started playing that song, everybody not only stood up and turned around and looked at them, but then took their hat off too. And get it, it's respect for the country. But how about have respect for our people that are in this country, that make up this country? How about have respect for the people on that stage without having to have respect because that's what everybody else believes you should do? Perfect example of this is the people that knelt in the football games during the national anthem, right? Of the Pledge of Allegiance. They knelt for a reason. They were making a stand. I know they were kneeling, so it's an oxymoron, but they were making a stand. And look at the way people reacted because they were doing something different than the collective. That's what happens. When you act different than the way you're supposed to act, people react badly. And I'm not saying it's not about, I was standing there bashing the Star Spangled Banner, I guess, in the eyes of those cops, and they had to enforce their reason for being there. And that's what they did. They arrested me, a hippie looking criminal with a gay looking backpack. I mean, yeah, I'm not, I love women. Okay. I love a woman in particular, but I'm not against gay people. I have gay friends. I love gay people. I love people, all of them, all of us in our intricate, in our different ways. You're trying to get all knowledgeable. But anyway, I might not be making videos for a while because my PO literally arrested me, cuffed me, let me go, told me I wasn't allowed to ride my bicycle home, and I wasn't allowed to remain at the balloon festival. So he had to call my roommate to come get me. who is a person who is kind enough to let me stay in their house, right? Even though I'm down and broken and out right now and trying to get my life straightened out. And then they had to have the inconvenience of coming down there to deal with the officers of the law for me who wasn't doing anything wrong. Like that's what they do. They set you up to fail, right? And then today they wanted me to my PO literally said I'm gonna release you, but you have to be in Albany tomorrow at 9:30 in the morning, right? And I told him, I said, I have no way to get there. I don't have a car. I don't have a license. I don't have any family. I don't have nobody that's going to bring me to Albany first thing in the morning because you said that I needed to go there. I told him, keep me, arrest me, and bring me wherever you need me to go when I'm in your custody. But that's the only way I'll make it. And he laughed at me and said, well, don't run because it'll be a violation. So I didn't go today. Maybe it's going to make me go back to jail. So I won't put videos on again for a little while. And I'm going to upload every video I have to my YouTube channel before I go, just in case. So there'll be a big flood of YouTube content on my channel, which I haven't been posting videos anyway, and I've been making a bunch, so I really should do that. But it's just the point, you know what I mean? Because I even took my hat off and faced the stage like everybody else. But then I made a video about how weird that is after. And because I was right next to the cops when I made that video, you know, you guys saw me in the video. If you watched it, you saw me see the cops were right there. I should have just kept the shit rolling because it was crazy what happened, the way they treated me and disrespected me. But I am on parole, so they have all rights to do that to me. I can't do anything about it. I mean, that's what they say. There's things I can do about it, but it doesn't matter. It's crazy, right? The system is crazy. Now, and not only that, so I just did a year in prison for possession of stolen property. Now I also have a warrant in Vermont for possession of stolen property. Same thing, same property that I just did a year in New York State for, but because it's two different states, I get to do what, a year in one state and a year in another for the same property? How the hell does that work? We're still in the same country, ain't we? Like, is this all America, or are we individual countries now in a different state? How does, what? Like, I just don't get it. Like, I went to prison for a year and I came back in an alternate reality where my girlfriend is in love with a fat guy with a fucking tattoo on his face. She has our baby around him. It doesn't matter. Maybe she's not in love with him. She maybe just, it's a test. It's a test for me that I hope I don't fail. Angelina, I love you. If you're watching these, I love you. Stop doing this to us. Like, I would fight for you to the end. There's nothing out there that's going to stop that feeling in me. All you're doing is hurting me and hurting you and hurting that guy if he thinks he's going to be yours. Like, you know that ain't going to happen. Why are you doing that to him? Because he's helping you? I could help you. We could do this on our own. We could go wherever we wanted. Anywhere. Fucking go to Mexico or Canada or, like, it doesn't even have to be like that, but like, we don't have to do this. This is ridiculous. We just had a baby. Trying to start a family. I know you're hurting, but like, damn. But this ain't about her. I'm not trying to make it like that. I just don't get it. I just don't understand. And maybe it's because there's no closure with the relationship. Maybe it's not meant to be. Maybe it should be over. Maybe she's moved on. Still making it about her. All right. If I do go, I'll be back. They can't keep me forever. That's a whole fact. And eventually I'm going to be doing these videos from Florida because that's the goal. That's where I'm heading, right? And I will be there if I have to walk. I mean, tempted to start now, but I don't know. I don't need any bullshit hanging over my head. So I'll do what New York State wants. And when this is over, I'll walk to Florida if that's what it takes. But I'm going. I'll be there. I'll see you soon. Rosalie and Richard Head. And I guess Sarah too. All right. You're cool. Jerk. No. I love you guys. You know that. I just hope the girls go with me. That's why I was trying to give this time so I could take my children with me. But I don't know what's happening with that. I mean, I've been out of prison for a month and I still haven't seen them. I haven't seen any of them. They don't, you know. I gave 14 years of my life to Bella, and now she's mad at me because I told her she acts like her mom. She does act like her mom. Like, what the fuck? Just because I'm being honest with her doesn't mean she can be like this to me. I love that kid. Every day I go without seeing her, I feel like I'm losing a piece of myself out here in the world that I can't find. How am I supposed to find myself and get complete without that, without her, without my bonds that mean something? They're the only bonds I have that mean something. There ain't no other bonds out there that I got that mean something as far as my blood relations. I have friends out there that mean something to me. Not blood. There ain't nobody in my bloodline that I give a fuck about except for the ones I made. My children. Those are the only ones. Everybody else in my family could die tomorrow. I mean, I love my Aunt Jenny, so I can't say that about her. I love Leah too, and Nikki. I mean, there's a few of them that I love, but like the immediate family, my father, my mother, my brothers and sisters, none of them give a fuck. I don't care about them either. As sad as that is, like, how can you care about somebody when they like tell you one thing and show you another? You can't. It's deception, and it's fucking evilest form because that's your blood. They're supposed to care for you. Those are the rules we're told, but that's not reality. It's not the reality we live in. The people that care about you are the people that actually know you, not the people that grew up with you. I only had one person that grew up with me that actually knew me and loved me for who I was. And his name was Daniel Mickle. They called him Shamu, and he's gone now. He's the only one. All right, ran. This is gonna be a long video. Nobody will probably make it to the end, but Angie, if you are watching my videos, I want you to know there's a book that I wrote. You know I wrote this. Like, this isn't new news to you. But carry this damn book everywhere with me in hopes that maybe I'll see you and you'll be like, hey, I want to talk to you or something, even though it's not allowed. Right here. And it's full. All the way to the end. I made it for you, Angelina. And it means a lot to me. That's why I carry it with me everywhere. I carry this with me everywhere too, right? It means a lot to me. I mean, like, just put it in perspective. I mean, I carry this everywhere too. You know, doesn't mean as much to me, but still means a lot. But like, just you should have read this. This was a part of me when I was gone from your life. And if you would have took time to read this, then you would have understood. You would understand right now. You wouldn't be thinking the thoughts you're thinking about whether this is real or not, or whether our love is true or not, or whether it's meant to be or not, or any of the shit that I feel like that's what you're thinking. Like, you don't know if it's real. You don't know if I am the one. You're trying to test it and push it away because you don't believe in it. You should have read this. You know, I wasn't always happy in this, in prison, but you were the only guiding light that I had other than my children. You were always the one that kept me focused on what I had to become and what I had to do and what I wanted to be when I got out to you and them. And it's important. You gave me structure and clarity, and I can't even give it back to you now because you took that chance away. I can't give it to you because you put an order of protection against me for no reason. For him, I wouldn't hurt him, and if I was gonna hurt him, I'd hurt him whether there's a piece of paper that says I can or not. You know. But I didn't have no intentions on that. I would have shook his hand and gave him a hug for being there for you. I would right now. If he walked right down here, I would shake his hand and give him a hug for being there for you. Fuck everything else. All right. I'm done now. Bye, world. One love.